In the heart of a small coastal town lived a young woman named Maya, whose smile could brighten the darkest morning. She worked as a teacher at a local primary school, earning just enough to live a simple but peaceful life. Every morning she would walk to school through the narrow streets, greeting the vendors and children who adored her. Maya believed in kindness, honesty, and the beauty of small things, the scent of rain, the laughter of children, and the peace of an honest heart. One evening, as the sun dipped into the ocean and the golden waves kissed the shore, Maya met Arjun. He was a traveler, a photographer who had come to capture the beauty of the sea and the simplicity of life in the small town. Arjun was different from anyone Maya had ever met. His eyes carried dreams, and his camera held stories. He wasn't rich, but he was full of passion. Passion for life, for people, and for truth. They met again and again, at the beach, at the little tea stall near the school, and sometimes under the old banyan tree where Maya loved to read. Their conversations flowed effortlessly. They spoke of books, of dreams, of how the world could be a kinder place. Maya admired Arjun's courage to live freely, and Arjun admired Maya's warmth and quiet strength. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. They fell in love, not the kind that burns fast and fades, but the kind that grows silently, deeply, and gently. One evening, as the sky turned crimson and the wind carried the sound of the waves, Arjun held Maya's hand and said softly, "Maya, I don't have much to offer you. I live from one photo to another, one dream to the next. But I promise, if you walk beside me, I'll make sure your heart never feels poor." Tears welled in Maya's eyes. She didn't need diamonds or promises of luxury. His words were enough. She smiled and whispered, "Arjun, I don't need riches. I just need truth." But life, as it often does, decided to test them. Not far from Maya's school lived Ravi Malhotra, a wealthy businessman. His daughter studied in Maya's class, and he had always admired Maya's intelligence and grace. One day, he approached her with an offer to run a private academy he planned to open. The salary was 5 times what she earned. Maya hesitated, but she accepted the job. She wanted to help her aging parents, and the extra money would make their lives easier. Arjun supported her decision, though he knew that as she stepped into the world of wealth, things might change. At the new academy, Maya met Ravi's nephew, Karan, a young entrepreneur who had just returned from London. He was charming, confident, and rich. He wore expensive suits, drove fancy cars, and spoke with the ease of someone who had never known struggle. But unlike others, Karan seemed genuinely interested in Maya, not for her beauty, but for her simplicity. He began visiting her classroom, bringing her books, coffee, and sometimes flowers. "You deserve more than this small town," he would say. "You deserve a life of comfort, of freedom." Maya smiled politely, but never encouraged him. Yet deep down, his words stirred confusion in her heart. She began to compare her life, the uncertainty of Arjun's career, their modest dreams, with the glittering world Karan described. One evening, when Maya told Arjun about Karan's growing affection, he grew quiet. "Maya," he said softly, "you don't owe me anything. If you ever feel I can't give you the life you deserve, you're free to choose your own happiness." Maya felt tears rise. "Arjun, happiness doesn't come with price tags," she said. But that night, she couldn't sleep. A few days later, Ravi organized a grand charity gala at the town's biggest hotel. Maya attended, dressed in a simple blue sari. When she entered, she saw Karan surrounded by friends, laughing, while Arjun stood near the back with his camera, capturing the event for the local newspaper. At that moment, 2 worlds collided, the world of glitter and money, and the world of dreams and love. During dinner, Karan raised a toast, to success, to ambition, and to the people who make life beautiful," he said, his eyes lingering on Maya. Then, before everyone, he said, "Maya, I want you to be part of my life. I can give you everything you deserve, a house, a future, a name. Will you?" The room fell silent. Maya froze. She could feel dozens of eyes watching her, and then her gaze fell upon Arjun, standing quietly with his old camera, smiling sadly. In that instant, everything became clear. She remembered how Arjun had stood by her when she had nothing, how he never measured love with money, and how he believed in her dreams more than his own. Maya stood up, her voice calm but firm. "Karan, I'm truly grateful for your kindness. But love is not something you can buy or earn with wealth. It's something that grows when hearts understand each other. You can give me a mansion, but Arjun has already given me a home in his heart." There was silence. Deep, pure silence. Then Maya walked to Arjun, took his hand, and said softly, "I already have everything I need." Arjun's eyes glistened. He didn't say a word. He simply hugged her, and in that embrace, the world faded away. From that day, Maya and Arjun decided to leave the town. They moved to a small hill village where Arjun opened a photography studio and Maya started teaching children for free. Their home was small, with walls made of wood and windows that opened to the mountains. They didn't have luxury, but they had peace. Every morning, they would sit by the window, sipping tea as sunlight danced on the hills. Arjun would sometimes take pictures of her as she taught the village children. And every evening, when the sky turned golden, they would walk hand in hand, just as they had when they first met by the sea. Years passed, and though their faces grew older, their love never did. People in the village would often say, "They may not have money, but they have magic." One day, a famous magazine featured Arjun's photographs, pictures of the hills, the children, and Maya smiling under the sunlight. His art was finally recognized, and he was offered a large sum of money for his work. When he told Maya, she just laughed and said, "See, even money found its way to us when we stopped chasing it." Arjun smiled. "That's because we never let money become bigger than love." And that became their life's greatest truth, that love, when pure, can outshine all the gold in the world. For in the end, they had proven something most people forget. Money can buy comfort, but only love can give peace. Money can build a house, but only love can make it home. And money may fade, but love, true love, only grows brighter with time. The end.